evening and welcome to Virginia's Views and Vibes. I'm your host, Ginny Gardner. This evening, I am thrilled to have my guest, Stephano Salimbeni, journalist, reporter, and now friend. Welcome, Stephano. It's an honor to have you here. It's so much fun. Thank you so much.
You pronounce it right.
Oh, good.
Which makes you one of the few in America that does that.
Stephano, it's so great to have you here. You have an amazing story. You're a journalist, reporter. You've done over 1,000 stories.
1,000, at least.
At least 1,000.
At least.
And you're still doing it, but you're also involved in other things. You're a translator.
Yes.
Consul General.
On the side.
On the side. Wow. Tell me about yourself. Tell me more.
More?
Yes.
You said journalist, right?
Yes.
If you're a journalist, you're going to be a journalist until you die, no matter what else you do.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're right.
And I've been a journalist for most of my life, my professional life. Wow. I did, like you said, 1,000 stories at least, because that's the ones that I have in my archive, which I still have to put together.
Oh my gosh.
Half of it is put together, the other half is not, because I've been in this business long enough that I started before I could put stuff on the web. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I have a lot of VHSs,
Yeah.
as what I've seen here. You have them too.
We save them.
And a lot of young people don't even know what they are.
Right.
Like
That's
cassettes,
true.
you know,
Yes.
one of those things that.
Yeah.
But we started out when the cameras would weigh more than the people that operated them.
Yeah. I think I asked you on the phone, you remember I remember my very first show. I know I remember my first two. Do you remember your very first reporting?
Look, it's an unforgettable memory.
Yeah.
And it seems like it happened the other day. I mean, the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
It was 98, 98, so the other century, when we had cassettes and cameras and mics that cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I actually did a master in journalism.
Right, BU. You went to
BU, yes. I came here.
Political science and journalism. That's right.
I did political science in Bologna.
Yep.
Then I came here for a master in journalism. Wow. And at the time, I thought that journalism was more real when you wrote about stuff. TV, I thought, at the beginning, I thought, television, you're a slave of too many things. To the camera,
Yeah.
to the light,
Yeah.
whatever happens around you, people get distracted, blah, 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 blah. So I wanted to be this journalist with the plume, you know, with the the pen of the
board.
goose or whatever, at night with the light, with the lantern,
Very romantic
and whatever,
journalism.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Then this guy brings me, he was doing stuff for Italian national television. His name is Gianni Gallo, and I want to thank him because he not instructed me, he started me into this world.
Yeah.
And he said, let's do something for Rai, this and that. I'm like, "Phew, boo." So we did it. We went to the North End, and
Wow.
it was during a game of Italy, and everybody was watching Italy and the cafes and
Football.
stuff.
Soccer.
Soccer. And I said, let's do a try. Let's try something. I'm like, let's try it. He puts a mic on my hands, and he said, don't drop it. Because you drop it, this is going to cost like something like $3,000. And I have this thing in my hand, right? And then the camera is in my face. I see the light.
Oh my gosh.
And right then and there, I knew that was going to be the rest of my life.
Yeah. If you could do it,
Right,
that's right.
then and there.
Yeah.
I loved every second of it.
Wow.
From the first moment when I was trying not to drop the mic on the floor,
Yeah.
until 2 years ago, when I had to stop because Italian national television did a lot of cuts because they lost the right to show soccer around the world. So a lot of people went away from Italian television.
Yeah.
And I had to do cuts, and I didn't think I was going to be part of those cuts, and unfortunately I was.
Yeah.
So I loved every second of it, from the first time they put a mic on my hands
In your hand.
until 2 years ago when I had to stop.
Yeah.
But if you've been a journalist, I've been a journalist 23 years of my life, so most of my professional life, and no matter what else I do, I'm still going to be a journalist until the day I die.
And on a local level, you went to New Hampshire, and this is very local because Newton is home to the Mastriani family. The people that do the limoncello and now all the limoncello products, cookies, candies, they bake. It's amazing. It went from limoncello in their basement or garage.
They're from Calabria, no?
Yes. Now they're doing everything, and they're known throughout the entire country. One of the best products ever.
I put them on television
yeah.
a long time ago.
Wow. Do you have that up anywhere
I have
that you could share it?
Okay, I have everything. Up. No, actually no. I have the second half of my career up on the web.
Yeah.
And they are. I know they are.
Wow.
And can I promote
Sure,
my
absolutely.
website?
Absolutely,
I
yes.
have two. I have
Yes.
a website with my first and last name, stephano.salimbeni.com.
Yeah.
And you can see the name.
Yep.
So
Very easy. Very easy.
stephano.salimbeni.com.
Yep. Yep.
Also,
I'll
we have,
put it on my page too.
all right, and I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's called Salimbeni Rai. So Salimbeni,
Yep.
R-A-I.
RAI. Is that the Italian news?
That's Italian national television.
Salimbeni, RAI.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my page as well. But it's so interesting because I went through some of your stories, and one of them was cooking in Maine and in Rhode Island, and I thought, how do you go up to Maine and just find somebody Italian and do a story? It's amazing.
Okay, I have a map in my house, right? Map of Italy, of course, with all the little
Yep.
pins where I've been, whatever.
Yeah.
And I have a map of the United States, and most of my trips were for work. But then if you go for work, then you do other things too, right?
Right. You eat.
Every state in this country, every state, you can find Italians. They do something interesting.
Yeah.
Not just Italians.
Yeah.
Italians that do something interesting, something that is worth talking about, right? So it's not just locally. I went around the country. I zigzagged around the country for 23 years, looking for Italian stories to tell.
Yeah.
And then told them, right? And then broadcasted. I didn't broadcast it. Italian television
Right.
did.
Right.
Around the world.
Oh my God.
So people, I hate to say this, but I am famous, so to speak,
Yeah.
in Italian circles around the world. In fact, now I am selling Italy at Brelundi restaurant. By the way, Michael Colomba, who's my boss now, I put him on television a couple of times already.
Oh my God.
In the past.
Yep.
And I put on television everybody, really. I mean, I put on television Donato Frattaroli, which was my former boss.
Yeah.
I also worked for his restaurant. Oh, wow. This gentleman, both of them, gave me the chance of still selling Italy in a different way.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Oh,
I really do. I mean, if I could go back to being a journalist, I'd do it tomorrow. I'd do it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, given all the different choices, the best thing I can do is still selling Italy,
Yeah.
the good part of Italy. You know, see, for instance, I work for a restaurant now, and I used to work for another restaurant before, and then I worked for my current boss before that too. So I changed a couple of times, but they were all good Italian restaurants. I could not work for a restaurant. No, I couldn't.
Right. You couldn't. Yeah.
I couldn't because I cannot lie.
Right.
So if I like most of the stuff there,
Yep.
I'm going to tell to people, look, there's this. I love it, and I do.
Yeah.
Some stuff I don't like. I don't even tell that they're there.
Yeah.
I don't tell them we have this stuff that I hate. But among the stuff that I sell, most of the stuff I love. Because they're authentic. Because they come from Italy. Because both bosses are Italian, born and bred.
Well, Mike is Mike Sicilian?
Yeah.
Is he Sicilian? Yeah.
And
like me.
yeah, but still, it's still Italy.
Yeah.
Don't,
of course.
please.
Yes.
This thing about Sicilian and Italian. Sicily has always been part of Italy.
Yes.
Oh, and in Italy, there's no, people don't say.
We're all Italian. It's Italian.
I know.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's more of an American thing than an Italian.
Really?
Yes. Are you Sicilian? You're Italian? No, you're Italian, period.
Yeah.
And now they want to build a bridge over the...
I know, I heard. Yeah.
And there's been a long time controversy about it because it costs too much, because we should spend money on other things. But that's a total
Do
different
they want
program.
it? Do the people in Sicily want that?
Some people do, some people
They
don't.
do, yeah.
It's
like everything.
It's politics.
Yeah.
It really is politics.
Yeah.
I could stand here, sit here and talk about politics forever.
I could too, so.
But no,
Let's not.
I don't want to do that. Also because tomorrow night...
I know. Are you going to be in New Hampshire? Will you cover that?
I did that.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
When they pay me to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
And now, yeah.
I'm not going to be paid. I am going to be there. I'm going to write. I'm going to report.
See?
Because like you said, you never lose it.
No,
you
you don't.
know that when
You
you're
don't.
sitting,
You don't.
when you're there, you're taking it all in,
Look,
and you get to know people.
Look, I'm going to be home tomorrow night
I'll call
watching
you.
it. Please.
I will.
No, I was there. Okay. There's another part of my life that I didn't talk about. I was also a writing journalist for the largest non-gossip magazine of
Really?
Italy. It's called Famiglia Cristiana, Christian Family.
Okay.
And it's the largest non-gossip magazine because it was delivered in churches and stuff. So you understand, in Italy, the Pope lives there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people go to church, whatever. So I used to be a reporter for that.
Really?
And on that paper, that's another place that didn't pay that well. Nobody paid me
Nobody
well.
pays.
I'm sorry.
You do it for the love. You do. And then you make money elsewhere.
Sorry. Touch the mic.
Sorry.
I shouldn't do this. Professionals shouldn't do this ever. But then they paid me well. Not even Rai paid me well. They paid me, yes, but not as well as they should have.
Yeah.
And then they forgot to pay me sometimes. Sometimes they pay me whenever they remembered, and if the weather was fair enough. I mean, I treated Rai as if it was mine.
Yeah.
And as a reward, they sent me home after 23 years without saying goodbye. But that's a different story.
It's business,
yeah. Now, the magazine that I used to write for,
Yeah.
I had cover stories, one about Trump.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm. One about the election when Biden was elected.
Really?
And sometimes I had more coverage, more pages there than people that covered the Pope. And people told me, you shouldn't have more pages than the Pope. And the Pope used to read my stuff.
Really?
But the Pope reads Famiglia Cristiana.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And I used to be together, and it sounds like nepotism, but it's not.
Yeah.
I used to be together with one of the now she's a senior editor there.
Really?
We were together when we were very young.
Yeah.
And we both had this bug, journalist bug in the head.
Yeah.
And we were together, 3 years? But then she called me and said, "You're in America, do something for us." Years after we broke up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have a favorite story? Because you traveled all over the United States.
No.
It's everyone that you're doing now is your favorite story.
Let me tell you. The best piece that I've done used to be the next one.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
I have, of
That's
course,
funny.
I have a few favorite ones.
Yeah.
But it's not 3. It's like 10 or 20. We could
That's right.
sit here and talk about my stories forever.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't get bored, right? They probably
No,
will.
no, not
but
at all. Not at all.
I have, you know, some stories are better than others, some stories are more exciting than others.
Yeah.
But every story was like, I did it as if it was the last story that I ever did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
With that kind of concentration, that kind of focus.
Yeah. Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone. You could go
Yes.
through, and people now won't know what this is because we're beyond this,
Yes.
but you could go through a telephone book, open a page,
Yes.
pick a name. Everybody has a story.
Let me tell you, at the restaurant, it's the same thing.
Really?
The restaurant is nice because you're surrounded by people,
Yeah.
right? And if you know how to talk to them, everybody has something interesting to say
Yeah.
to you. Some more, some less. But you have to find, every time you talk to somebody, everybody you interview somebody, right?
Yeah.
It's a trip into a universe,
Yeah.
right? And in that universe, there's going to be a planet that you don't know about and you want to learn about.
Yeah.
And that's the spirit with which you want to do interviews.
Yeah.
And interviews never get you tired. You can do interviews for the rest of your life and another two. You never get tired of it if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. We do
This
every
is what,
March.
half an hour? I could be here 3 days
I
talking
know.
about this.
Well,
I'm
you're
sorry.
coming back. Did you know that?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
we're going to have you
no.
back.
But it depends on the audience. If they say,
No,
no more
no,
of this
you'll be
guy,
back.
no of this bald guy that you know, reflects the light. And
I want to ask you, because you've obviously lived both places.
yes.
I want to talk about, see, Italian women. I had a very strong mother and 2 very strong grandmothers. And when I say strong, they were ahead of their times. They worked. They took care of the family. They were not like they picture 1950 housewives with the little dresses and the petticoats and the nails done and the hair. They went out and my grandmother would pick dandelions, greens, and then come in, and that would be part of dinner, the greens. She'd go out to the garden. They worked hard. Then they would go to a job. One of my grandmothers worked when she first came here for Jones in New York, and then she came to Waltham and worked in a factory there while she raised her 3 kids. They were ahead of their time. They were not the stay-at-home housewives that, you know, had their nails done, and I'm not knocking anyone for having their nails done, but you know, high heel shoes around the house. They worked hard. And they were an example for me and for my sisters, I
Let
think.
me tell you something about Italian women. Italian women went a long way, even in Italy,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of them were in charge
Yes.
of the household. No matter the nails and what they wore, they were in charge.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
They were in charge of the men, of the kids, and maybe they didn't. I think it's the same in a lot of Arab countries.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They don't look like they're in charge, but they are.
They are in charge.
And
Yeah.
now, more and more. You know, the problem is in Italy now. 10 minutes what?
10 minutes. What?
Well, I just started.
I know. Keep talking.
Ay, ay, ay.
So you started to say Italian women.
Italian women.
Well,
No,
first of all,
let me
they're
let me tell you
perfect.
something about a little more dramatic, a little serious. There's a lot of what they call in Italy now femminicidi, meaning killings of women, right?
Really?
Yes, and a lot of people. It's big news now in Italy. A lot of people are killing their lovers because they break up with them, right?
Wow.
Now, a lot of them are men in their own family, or partners, or people that are being rejected. There is.
Wow.
I know this is serious. That's
It
why I
is
told you it's
serious,
serious.
yes.
It is serious, but it's what they talk about in Italy. And now there's a whole movement trying to save women in trouble, right?
Yeah.
So hosting them in houses where they're safe. Wow. There's a lot of, you know what that is? A lot of it is men that cannot accept the change.
Ah,
Okay?
yeah.
A lot of it comes from there. Patriarchal society in Italy is still kind of strong, right? But there's a lot of change going on.
Wow.
So a lot of men cannot deal with it, and if your mind is not exactly straight, you do stuff like that.
Wow.
That's interesting. We could have a whole show
Yeah.
talking about this.
Yeah.
And every year there's like femminicidi, right? It means like, killing of women, right?
Killing of women.
Most of them from their own family or from their own, the men that were rejected, dumped or whatever you say it. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking up.
Now, yes, true, it's not always the woman's fault or the man's fault,
Yeah.
right? But you don't kill anybody.
Wow.
You don't kill anybody.
Right. Relationships end. Right.
Exactly.
And people get
But
hurt.
a lot
Yes.
of people cannot deal with it.
Wow. I
You
did
see?
not. That
It's
is breaking
it's
news
big
here.
news. It's big.
It
No,
is
no,
big
no. You
news.
watch Italian news. It's all over
Wow.
the place. It's all over the place.
So are women protecting themselves? Are they?
They are.
They learning self-defense. Learning. Can
Yeah,
Can
but
women
then
carry
it's
guns there?
Yeah, but it's not the guns. It's like, it's the culture has to change.
Yeah.
And it is changed slowly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very interesting phenomenon. But this is this is probably not the show,
No,
the right
it's
show to
fine.
talk
No,
about it. But
it is.
since you mention it,
Yeah.
they went the long way. And I think a lot of women are just as good as men.
Yeah.
Just as good, sometimes better. Sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
However, I also think the men and women, they should have the same opportunities,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
But they are different.
Of course they are.
They are different. All this politics about the gender, equality, this and that. We're not the same. We're not the same.
We are not the same.
We are not the same.
And here, you probably know, obviously, men, biological men, playing in women's sports. Now, going in women's locker rooms. That is absolutely not. That should not be happening. I've been running for over 30 years. I could never beat a man. I don't care if he's 10 years older than me. I know there's a difference. I could not beat a man. I'm not made to do that. And men aren't made to have babies.
No.
And
this-
men
look,
that say they're women are not. And it infuriates. I'm sorry you brought this up because it
you brought it up. I don't know. We started talking about my journalistic career.
And now we're into politics.
And it's politics. Of course, it's politics.
But anyway, so I'm going to drop it because I will launch. You'll see me launch. This is one of my big things in politics. I support Riley Gaines and all of that. So let's go on. Let's talk
Triple
about that.
bathroom,
So
whatever. All right.
let's look at something else. I want
Yes.
to ask you too. So you are now manager of a great restaurant, and do you do all the hiring? Do you cook?
It's called Brelundi.
Berlundi in
And
Waltham, Watch City.
people don't even know what Brelundi stands for.
I know.
So
I
my
do.
boss is going to be very happy
I know.
if I say, of course you do. You're a customer.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Breakfast,
Berlundi.
lunch, and dinner. Sounds like an Italian name, but it's not.
Not. It's Berlundi.
It's a genius idea from the boss.
It is a
Can I say
genius,
that?
yes.
It's not mine.
yeah.
I wish it was mine, but it's not.
And it's great food.
Very good.
I love the food there. I do.
Very good. Very authentic.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
it's not as authentic as he would have liked at the beginning,
Really?
and not as authentic as I would like.
Really?
Okay, and we are on the same page, me and him.
Yeah.
However, you're in America. You have to make Americans happy.
Yeah.
Give you just one example. He does breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Breakfast is
He does?
super. Never been.
Not for breakfast, no.
Everybody comes to Brelundi for breakfast.
It's
right?
right on Prospect Street and
we can.
Charles River. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we can.
Yes.
Yes.
Charles River, Prospect Street, Waltham. It was the old watch factory. Absolutely beautiful. But go ahead.
If you can do this, I would have done it from the beginning.
Berlundi.
No. He before he had even more Italian, even more
Really?
authentic, with people making pastries here and bread here, this and that. But there was no bacon, and people were like, "Where's the bacon? I want the bacon." He had to put bacon in it. He had to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
too many people can say, "Where's the bacon? Where's the beef?" Look, fine. One thing though, you don't want to be too authentic, but you don't want to be, too
Cookie
catering
cutter. Yeah.
to Americans too much.
Right.
Because you know why? If you cater to Americans too much and you do stuff that doesn't even look Italian anymore, you know what's going to happen?
They won't
Somebody's going to open down
Yeah.
the street.
Yeah.
$5 less, and you close.
Yeah.
And you close. So A little, but not too much.
Yeah, I love it.
You have to find the right balance.
Yeah.
And by the way, we have the best cannoli in Northern New York. I have to say this before.
You do. I've
The
had
best cannoli in Northern New York, because we get the ricotta from Sicily.
That's right.
I make them myself, like this. And let me tell you, if I go back to being a journalist, which I wish I will, probably, maybe it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I told them, I've come to the restaurant when it's time to do the ricotta
Yep.
for free. You tell me when it's time, I come to the restaurant, and I'll do it.
Tell me how you make it real quick.
It gives me so much joy just to do it.
It's vinegar, right? You had vinegar? No?
No. The ricotta is from sheep milk,
Yeah.
right? Comes from Sicily already. So you put it, you take it out of the box. So
Yeah.
you put lemon zest in it. And then you turn. And then you fill up the pasty bags.
Ah.
And then part of it, now that we have the material, you put pistachio in it. Or you put hazelnuts in it.
Really?
And you do it yourself. So when I offer a cannoli, it's my cannoli, and it's the best north of New York. And I probably offer too many small ones. I tell everybody, have one. And when they have one, they love it and they come back.
And they'll never eat
nobody
another one.
goes back to the North End again.
I see a road trip you met this crew. So I see a road trip to Berlundi's
No,
very soon.
I'm going to bring them. Next time I come here, cannoli for everybody.
Everyone, okay.
I don't know if the boss agrees. He probably does.
He probably
He's a
will.
very, very nice man.
He's great. He's a great guy.
Very nice man, I
He
have to
does
say.
quite a bit. Waltham, he helps the homeless shelter
I know.
on Felton Street. Is it Felton Street?
Yes.
Right
Where
off
we
of
used to
Moody.
have the
Yep.
cafe there. Now it's
Yeah.
all homeless.
Yeah,
He does a lot of things. He
does.
doesn't want you to talk about it too
I
much.
know. But he
Nice
does
man.
great things.
Nice man.
He's-
And now
he
he's
really
going to
does.
open in Tewksbury,
Oh, really?
Billerica, and he's going to open a hotel in Waltham.
Is he really? Mm-hmm. Wow. Good for him. He does
for
great
him.
thing. He's a great
Good for
man.
him. I hope he doesn't fire me.
He's not going to fire you. You're going to go with him. And make work. You're
probably
going to
will.
make the work.
Oh,
There's only about 2 minutes, but I want you to tell
1 minute.
favorite part of America, favorite part of living here. What's your favorite part? Working for Mike or coming on my show?
Wow.
Coming on my show.
Favorite part of being here is that I can go back whenever I want.
Yeah. You've dual
So
citizenship.
I can do, yeah. So I can enjoy both worlds.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm home here.
Yeah,
I'm home in
and
Italy.
you're home there.
Every time I get on a plane, I'm going home.
That is so nice. That really is it. I want to go back. We're wrapping up. I want to go back to Italy. Come back again for Lundy's and come back again and
Bring cannoli,
Salimbeni.
right?
Yeah. Salimbeni.com. Say the website.
StephanoSalimbeni.com.
StephanoSalimbeni.com.
Salimbeni, R-A-I.
R-A-I. S-A-L-I-M-B-E-N-I.
Beautiful.
R-A-I. Come back again. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Va bene? Va bene.
My dad and I are really close. I know he wants the best for me and will do whatever he can to secure a safe future for me. That's why I decided to bring up HeatSmart, a city-sponsored initiative making it easier than ever to step away from fossil fuels and reimagine the way we heat and cool our homes. Upgrading to clean, efficient heat pump technology will likely be one of the biggest positive impacts you ever make for our environment. This volunteer-led HeatSmart initiative promotes and installs heat pump technology, which is 2 to 4 times more efficient than a fossil fuel heating system and will improve your comfort year-round. WePower.com/HeatSmartNewton makes it easy to access personal coaching and resources on financially smart home efficiency options. Visit our site and click Get Started to contact a handy, helpful HeatSmart representative today. It's time to move on from fossil fuels. Take advantage of financial incentives and work with local vetted installers to help fight climate change with HeatSmart.